This is question 22 on chemistry from the 2018 BMAT. So we're told that the relative molecular mass of an oxygen and fluorine compound is double its empirical formula mass, and that 105 grams of the compound contains 57 grams of fluorine. So what is its molecular formula from all these options? And we're given the relative atomic masses of oxygen and fluorine. So before we start, we need to make sure we know what all these terms mean in the question. So firstly, what's the empirical formula? We know that's the lowest integer ratio of atoms in the molecule. And secondly, what's the molecular formula? We know that's the actual number of atoms in the formula, or of each atom. So how should we tackle this question? Well, we're told that the relative molecular mass, or the mass of the molecular formula, is double its empirical formula mass. So what can we conclude from this? Well, the molecular formula is twice the lowest integer ratio, which means that we should be able to take one of these molecular formulae, halve it, and that will give us the empirical formula. And so which one is this? In fact, there's only one option, and that's O2F2, because if we halve this, we get OF, which is the simplest ratio because it's 1 to 1. But if we halve any of the others, we either get fractions, or this will be O 0.5, F 0.5, etc. And these two, well, that would give a fraction, and this would give O3F3, which isn't the lowest integer ratio, because this is just OF empirically as well. So our answer is C. But if you don't spot that, because it's maybe not the most obvious thing, we can use these masses that we're given. How to do this? Well, we're told we have 57 grams of fluorine in this 105 grams. So how many moles is that? So we're told that 1 mole of fluorine is 19 grams. That's what was meant by the relative atomic mass. So 57 grams, which is 3 times 19, is 3 moles. So how much oxygen do we have? So we have 105 grams total, and if we take 57 from that, we get 48 grams of oxygen. And how many moles is that? We know oxygen is 16 grams per mole, so 48 is 3 moles, because it's 3 times 16. So what does this tell us? We have a 3 to 3, or equally a 1 to 1 ratio of oxygen to fluorine, which means we know our empirical formula is OF, one of each. And we know that the relative molecular mass is double its empirical formula mass, so we just need to double the empirical formula to give us the molecular formula, O2F2. So our answer is C.